Hello, everybody. Welcome to Amazing You podcasts and YouTube channels, the channels where stories of resilience, triumph, and unwavering hope come to life. And I would like to welcome every one of you today for watching, for being here, for listening, and for those who've been with the podcast and the YouTube for the past 4 years. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. And if you are new today, I'm very happy, very grateful to have you. Thank you. Thank you for your support and thank you for sharing and subscribing. So, in this podcast, in each episode, we dive into the inspiring journey of individuals who have faced the toughest challenges heads on and emerged victorious. Our aim is to be a beacon of inspiration, offering a guiding light to those navigating through difficult times. And whether you are dealing with health challenges, professional setbacks, or personal struggles, this channel is dedicated to uplifting your spirit and showing you that even in the darkest moments, there is a path to hope and triumph. So join us as we share powerful stories that transcend adversity, reminding you that resilience is a force within us all. So be prepared, everybody, to be inspired and to find the strength to navigate life challenges. I am your host. My name is Dr. Rani Thanacoody. I am a clinical hypnotherapist using rapid transformational therapy method. I am a Mars, Venus, life and relationship coach, astrologer, tarot reader, past life regression practitioner, breathwork coach, and compassion practitioner. And today, I am very, very happy to introduce you to a wonderful gentleman. And I have been on his podcast a few weeks ago. So now he's on my podcast, and I want him to share his journey with you. Today, I have the pleasure to introduce you to the wonderful Sifu Rafael. Sifu is a master instructor, entrepreneur, and founder of Speaking Prowess, where he combines expertise in communication and leadership to help individuals unlock their full potential. And as the creator of Sifu Mind-Body Method, a transformative 90-day journey grounded in mindset, movement, journaling, hydration, and fasting. He guides people to detox their bodies and minds, reclaim their health, and elevate their personal power. Welcome to Amazing You, Sifu.
What an honor. Where do I send the check? That was such a great introduction.
You can send it to my website, and anybody, because the money can go to the foundation, which is Compassion UK.
Love it.
But you are welcome. It's free for you. It's free for you.
Yes.
And my first question, Sifu, looking at all the great things that you do, can you take us back to the beginning of what inspired your journey into the world of personal development, communication, and leadership?
Wow. It takes me back to my country. I was born in Colombia, South America, and I believe my true understanding of adversity, of resilience, is when I lost the ability to walk. I had contracted polio around the age of 3. My legs turned backwards. No one told me what was happening to me. The doctors didn't say a word to me. My parents didn't say, and nobody said anything to me. So I was left to deal with what's going on with me. Nobody was telling me anything. And that's when I really understood that the only person that I can rely on was God. And He didn't let me quit. He didn't let me just sit back and let things happen to me. He made me fight. And I am so grateful for that happened to me. Even though I did lose the ability to walk for a couple of years, eventually I was wearing full leg braces. And eventually I did learn how to walk again. That was a struggle. But every time, if I fell down, it was like, get back up. You're not going to stay down. You're going to get back up. I don't care if you fall 1,000 times, you're going to get up 1,001. And I probably have fallen more than that, by the way. But every day is a journey of how can I improve? How can I get better? And that's when I really understood at such an early age that I could not rely on someone else to guide me. I needed that internal voice, and that internal voice to me was God. It was to keep moving, to inspire myself to go where nobody expected me to walk again. And had I not listened, I probably would be in a wheelchair today. I fought day in, day out. And that led me to a world of fully understanding who I am, not only mentally, but physically. So my physicality has always propelled me forward. Every day, I wake up and I thank God for being here, for being present, for the gifts He's given me. And then I ask Him for guidance. And then I also say to Him, would you please allow me to share my gifts with my brothers and sisters? And so every day I'm inspired to become better, to do more, to inspire others, because we may be knocked down by things we don't understand. But that does not mean that we have to stay down. So anybody listening, we all go through different stages of in our lives. Don't let that stage define you if it's a negative one. Whether you have an addiction of whatever, the addiction is in everything. Some people could be addicted to something healthy and still get hurt because too much of a good thing could become a bad thing.
That's
And
true.
every day we have to just evaluate who we are. For example, I call myself a little bit of a master on habits because I don't let my habits create me. I understand that habits, you do certain things. You put on your pants one leg at a time, but which leg is it? Or you put on your shoes which leg did I put on yesterday? Or which shoe did I put on yesterday first? And so I don't go by habit. I go by what am I doing right now? So I live in the moment. So my intentions are, how can I be here and present with you, Dr. Rani?
Thank you. Thank you, Sifu, for sharing that your journey because I didn't know what about your childhood until you shared it today. And I am very impressed because it's not easy at 3 years old. You don't, as a child, we don't know what is happening to us, and you didn't know. But the only thing you knew is your connection to Source. And you kept strengthening that day in and day out. And what you did, it's an inward journey that you constantly focus on inside of you, calling that divine intelligence to help you, to guide you, to help you get up every time you were falling. What a story of resilience, Sifu. Yeah, it's
That also taught me communication.
mm,
Because if I did not, the first person we need to communicate is with ourselves. And
yes,
if we don't have that internal talk, which is a positive one, don't get me wrong, a lot of people say, oh, I'm not good, I'm not worthy. Stop that nonsense. That is nonsense. You are created beautifully. And it's up to you to keep that beautiful body of yours, that beautiful mind sharp. Don't let anything get in your way.
that is so true. For sharing to us about the importance of our mind, of keeping our mind positive, of saying good things to ourselves. And related to that, you have created the Sifu mind body method. Please, Sifu, can you tell us more about it?
Absolutely. It'll be my pleasure. So
Thank you.
think about everything that I've gone through, and I've continually go through it daily, because I don't forget where I came from, but I make it so it propels me forward. So Sifu's mind body method is based on really seven pillars, right? First is movement, because without movement, what do we have, right? Our body knows movement, our blood circulates. We need to have bowel movement in order to stay healthy.
Mhm.
Everything is movement. So if we can start with movement, that's so important. And mindset. So those are the two M's that are the most important that we start with: movement and mindset. And then we go into the aspects of how do we get that moving. It's hydration and nutrition. And then we go into looking at the aspects of our life, and that's where journaling jumps in. So when we journal about something, we either do a brain dump, we put things down, or we acknowledge the actions we've taken so we can learn from them. Because you may have a thought, and they call them fleeting thoughts for a reason, because we have so many different thoughts that are coming in. But if we don't put them down, they're going to be gone. And later on, you go, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. But wait a minute, I have it in my journal. Let me go read it, really what I was thinking that day, or that month, or that year. And then the other one is fasting, because a lot of people think that fasting is restriction. We are restricting ourselves from food. No, we are harnessing the power of the food because we are giving it time to do what it's supposed to do for us. And that's only if we're eating well. If we're eating processed foods, our body's not made to process those foods, and that's why we're not healthy. That's why we have all these medicines, because people are not using medicine the right way. Medicine should be if I broke my arm or anything like that, or if I have some really sickness, but to be on certain medications because you didn't take care of your health, it's not taking care of the gift that you were giving, and that's your body. And so nutrition is so important, because for me, nutrition is medicine, right? And the other one is hydration. Our bodies are made of water, right? The majority of it is. Yes, there's skin, there's bone, there's cells, there's muscles, there's fibers, all these different things. But we need water to sustain it. And so those are the six. And the seventh one, of course, it comes back to faith. So faith is what keeps it all together, right? It's what lets me move forward. To I have faith in my abilities. I have faith in myself that I am going to do the right thing for me. So if I do me first, which by the way, I'm the most selfish person you'll ever meet, because this is why I wake up at 4:30 in the morning every day, because I take care of me. It's all about me.
Mm.
But the minute I encounter another person, it's about them. Because I already had time with me. I took care of me. I understand that I am the most important person when I'm by myself. But when I'm with others, God told me to help them. So this is why I love to serve. I love to help people. How can I help you? Is my mantra, right? When I'm out in public, I'm out on a stage, I'm out on a podcast, I'm out somewhere. How can I help you benefit from the gifts you bring? And so those are the seven pillars of Sifu's mind body method. And when I can take somebody to understand their value, it makes them it makes them really proud of who they are and who they're becoming.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that, Sifu. And I love it because you talk about mind and body. We both work together, and you've really put those seven pillars they really work well together, because though we take care of our mind, yes, but we need to take care of the body. We need to, journaling is another way to take care of the mind, because the mind, the thoughts will control our body, and our body then will create the action and the reaction. So I love that you put all of these practices, all these different modalities, these pillars, as you call them, together, because it's so important if we want to be happy, if we want to live an abundant life. It starts with the mindset, but taking care of the body, because we are more than just this body, yes, but as spiritual being in this body, we have to take care of this body.
Mm.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. And just before starting the podcast today, I had a bit of time. I say, I'm waiting for Sifu for 10 minutes. I came a bit early. You
Okay.
were on time. And I say, I'm just started a bit early. So what do I do now? I started doing some breathing.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes, because I haven't done enough for today. I have done in the morning, but I sometimes do during the day, but I haven't done it. I was doing some other things. I say, let me do some breathing. And then you pop in. I say, already. So, because breathing is so important, I've realized, and it's about movement of our oxygen and carbon dioxide in our body,
Mhm.
and that gives us clarity, and it's so important. And I love that you talk about hydration, fasting. Can you tell us a bit more about fasting? Because people think fasting for 40 days and then that's it.
If there's different stages of fasting, right?
Yes.
And I see online so many people go, "Oh, I fasted for this long and that long,"
Yeah.
and then they share the meal they're about to eat.
Okay.
That meal destroyed all the fasting they did because they did
Mm-hmm.
not break their fast correctly. And so in Sifu's Mind Body Method, we teach people how to break their fast so that they're still continuing to do the work. We fast to heal. So there's intermittent fasting, which I do all the time. I literally just broke my fast yesterday. My last meal was at 1 o'clock, 1:30. I'm sorry, and then I had my first meal today at 11. So there's a bunch of hours that I fasted for, but I didn't feel hungry. I didn't. But I also, the way I broke my fast was I had a salad, I had some protein, I had stuff of that nature. But a lot of people think, oh, yeah, I fasted. I feel great. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to eat carbohydrates. I'm going to eat rice and pasta and all these other things and some bread and maybe whatever. And they don't realize that they just diminished all the hard work that they just had. And so fasting, there's there's different stages of fasting, and when you get into after 14, 16, more like 16, 17 hours, you get into esophagus. I can't even say the word right now. It's escaping me. But and what winds up happening is that now it starts to heal. So with fasting, what happens is that when you get to a certain point, people go, well, you're going to eat your own self. They're right. We're going to eat the bad. The good cells are going to take care of the bad ones, and they're going to go and crush them, right? Get rid of them because they're no longer serving. So the body is the most incredible machine, if you will. It will heal itself. So if there's something wrong, it will send all the soldiers, all the good soldiers, to take out the bad soldiers. And so when we can think of that way, there's people who maybe they have some aches and pains and so forth, and then they fast for several days, and all of a sudden they feel great. They don't feel that pain anymore. They don't feel this. And there's been a lot of research that's been done on cancer patients, even when they're doing chemo, because it it does help to start to for the good cells to come and take away the bad cells. So there's a lot of studies that are going on, and there's so much different information out there. There's regular fasting, which is water fasting. Then there's dry fasting. And then there's a lot of different ways that we can get into a fast and how to break a fast, right? Because for some people who want to do a dry fast, they should actually start with a water fast and then go into a dry fast. But not everybody understands that. So they'll just go into a dry fast and all of a sudden they're hurting themselves, right? So there is a process that we should all do it, and just be careful what you hear online. Even I wouldn't even trust me. I would say, he said this. Let me go investigate for myself. Look at clinical studies. Look at what's really happened, and then try it for yourself. Don't go for a fast. I've never fasted before. I'm going to go a 40-hour fast. No, that's the biggest mistake you can make. We fast when we sleep. This is why we sleep, so we don't eat. And
Yes.
during that time, we're fasting. So, what if you extended it? Maybe,
Mm.
like most people in the US and some other countries, they eat from the morning they wake up to the morning they go to sleep. And they'll take little breaks in there, but they don't give their body enough time for the body to really process whatever food it is that is coming in. But if we can extend the window of fasting and shorten the window of eating, it becomes way better. Because let's say you don't eat an hour before you go to sleep.
Mm.
And then instead of waking up and eating something right away, wait an hour. If you slept 8 hours, even seven, you extended it by 2 hours, your fasting window. But what if you said, maybe I'll do an hour and a half and an hour and a half? Now you extended it. So what we look at is your eating window. And we want to minimize that to 6 to 8 hours. So now if 24 hours in a day, if you cut it to 16, to 6 hours, now you're fasting for that many hours, for 18 hours. Or if you went 8, now you're doing, 14 hours. And that's going to be so much better. You're going to feel better because your body is processing the food that you fed it. And hopefully, in Sifu's Mind Body Method, I teach all my I'm going to call it members. And it's weird because they're no longer members. I feel like they're family because we're very talking about food and this and that, and we have a weekly meeting. But what winds up happening is that I tell them there's 3 ways you should not eat. You should not eat out of a box, you should not eat out of a bag, and you should not eat out of a can. And most ingredients should not be a list long. It should be natural as you probably possibly can.
Thank you, Sifu. It's been wonderful today that you've shared about fasting because you are the first person on my podcast to share about that. So thank you for illuminating us about fasting. And I would recommend the audience, suggest to you, read more, do research like Sifu told you, and listen to your body. What works best for your body? Can everybody has to listen to their body. When always listen to your body will tell you so much. So take the time, listen, and do what is best for you.
Dr. Rani, can I just share one more thing if it's okay?
Yes, please go ahead, Sifu.
I tell all my clients, my family, talk to your food. They're like, talk to my food? Yes.
Mm.
You don't have to say it out loud, but you can say a couple of things. What are you going to do to me? Are you going to energize me or drain me? And believe it or not, that food will talk to you 30 minutes to an hour later because you'll either feel energized or you'll feel drained. So here's the thing. Every time before you look at it to eat anything, ask the food, how are you going to treat me? Are you going to be good to me or am I going to regret eating you?
Yes, that is so true. And there is something that people can do as well. It's a kind of muscle testing. You can do and see whether the food is the right food for your body. The body will tell you, your body will tell you when you do that muscle testing, and whether the food is bad. So you can do that muscle testing as well. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Sifu. It's we are getting so close to the end of the podcast, and I still got so much to ask you. You need to come back again.
It'll be an honor.
And you're welcome. And my last question to you: what book do you gift or recommend the most?
The Art of Flannering, How to Wander with Intention and Discover a Better Life. As you can tell, I have a few because I give them out. This one I gave a bunch. The 4% Fix, How 1 Hour Can Change Your Life. And Now is the Way. So these are books I actually gift to people. Just so you know, this is the book I'm currently reading, The Presentation Secrets of Steve Jobs. And reading to me is fun and it's mental, so it's fundamental.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, thank you. And how can the listeners and the watchers and people watching today, how can they get in touch with you, Sifu, and know more about your program?
Thank you so much. So if they go to my website, which is sifurafael.com/SMBM, which stands for Sifu's Mind Body Method, right? SMBM. Or they can just look me up on Facebook or LinkedIn on the Sifu Rafael, SIFURAFAEL. That's it.
All right. Do you have a website as well, Sifu?
Yes, sifurafael.com.
Okay. And your
I keep it
website?
simple. That's the website, sifurafael.com.
That's great. It will appear on the video and it will appear in the details of the podcast, and everybody can reach out to you. And my last questions, if you have a few 30 seconds to inspire the world, what would you say?
You are built beautifully. Don't throw it away. You have gifts, share them.
That's really, really beautiful. Thank you. Sifu, it's been wonderful talking to you. I would love for you to come back again. We've got still so much to ask you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to the audience. Until we meet, I wish you a lot of success in every endeavors that you are working on. And I would like to say thank you to the audience for watching, sharing, and subscribing. Remember, everybody, you are amazing. You have always been amazing, and you always will be amazing. Thank you, everyone, and lots of love to all of you. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.